Hi, this is Mary Jo Ryder.
Hey, Mike here. Hey, everybody.
Welcome to This Moment with M&MJ.
Yes, hello. Welcome to This Moment with us. We are going to share with you a discussion that we had with Mike and Kay Martin. We recorded a bunch of footage with them while they were here, and we just have such an amazing time with them. We have such great discussions, and we wanted to share this one with you. And it wasn't too long ago that we went through the fruits of the Spirit, and today's discussion is going to focus on peace. So,
and we believe you're going to enjoy it, love it, share it.
Like it, share it, ask for more of it. Oh. So anyway, without further ado, here's our discussion with Mike and Kay.
I was telling Mike and Mary Jo that listened to their podcast a couple of weeks ago, and they said something that really sparked something inside of me, and asked if we could kind of share a little bit on that.
You bet.
And so they said, sure. And when he was going through the fruit of the Spirit, one of the things you said was about peace.
Right.
And you guys talked about peace.
Mm-hmm.
And peace is very, very important. Peace is not based on the absence of turmoil.
Right. That's exactly truth.
There can be all kinds of chaos and garbage and turmoil going on, and I still can be at peace.
Tell me how that happens.
Well, it's
The $1 million question.
yeah. How much time do we have?
You got all the time you want, my friend. Go for it. Friends.
Friends. So that means you
friends,
get into this, Kay.
Jump on in, jumper. I want to, real quick, before we get into the meat of what Mike is wanting to share about being in peace, I went through these in the podcast a couple weeks ago, but I'm just going to pull this one up in the Dake again just to read the definition. The Greek word E-I-R-E-N-E, Irene, the state of quietness, rest, repose, harmony, order, and security in the midst of turmoil, strife, and temptations.
How about that?
That fit pretty good, didn't it?
I wasn't off.
No, he was right on, just like a railroad.
Well, to answer your question,
Yes.
there can be all kinds of junk going on, but it doesn't have to affect me inside.
Right.
So the peace is not outside, the peace is inside. And we've got all kinds of examples in the Word.
Oh, yes.
The first one that comes to my mind about that question, excuse me, is Jesus. When he got in the boat, he went to sleep because he said, we're going to the other side. A storm blew up, and he's asleep.
He's sleeping in the back of the boat.
Not because he's Jesus, Son of God.
Right.
He's Jesus, man. But the word was, we're going to the other side.
Right.
Correct.
And so it doesn't matter what kind of storm blows up. If you have a word from God, go ahead. Oh, okay.
Jump in, girl.
Go ahead, jump in there. But if you have a word from the Lord, and a word says it can be peace, be still. Just be at peace, son, daughter. It doesn't matter what's going on. When he said we're going to the other side, it doesn't matter what's going on because you're going to the other side.
Right.
He says you're going to make it, which he does say that.
Right.
Then it doesn't matter what's going on out here. You're going to make it. When he said, beloved, I wish above everything else that you would prosper and be in good health, it doesn't matter what the world system does, the economy does, or what your symptoms in your body says. He said, be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. In the world, you're going to have tribulations. That's okay. Be of good cheer. I've overcome the world, which means if he's overcome the world, we're okay. And beloved, I wish above all things that you would be in health, or prosperous and be in good health. God's already has told us it's going to be okay. So the circumstances do not dictate my peace or my joy.
Right.
I'm at peace on the inside. Does it happen instantly? Is it easy? No.
Negatio.
Paul says, I fight the good fight of faith. This is a fight, which means for me, I have to talk to myself.
Okay.
And I say, this is me. Shut up, Mike. Shut up, emotions. You don't control me. I control you. You're not going to get into fear. You are going to be at peace because God said it's going to be okay. So be quiet. Be quiet, mind. Be quiet, emotions.
Yeah.
And I've had to do that one particular time. Kay and I were traveling, and she's kind of in and out sleeping. And I said, shut up. I'm not listening to that. And she raised up, what'd you say? I said, never mind. I'm having a conversation over here, and I'm winning.
Yeah.
She goes, okay. I said, be quiet. I'm not going to listen to that. Because you cannot combat the thoughts of anxiety. Because God said He hasn't given us a spirit of fear, there it is, but of power, love, and a sound mind.
Right.
So, okay, I've learned that you can't combat those thoughts with your thoughts. You got to combat those thoughts with the word.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
That words that come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
And so I just, whether people like it or not, I talk to myself. No, you're not going to do this.
Uh-huh.
You are going to be at peace because Jesus said, we have to labor to enter into His rest. Mm-hmm. It's not easy to enter into that rest. For me, it's a fight. No, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to get anxious. I am going to be at peace. And the more I have done that, the easier now it is to get into peace no matter what the circumstances around me say. Because the ultimate, that's not going to be said right, it's not an ultimate goal, but the end result is we're going to go to heaven. We're going to be in the presence of the Lord. So, okay, so it all falls apart. The end result is stunning because we're going to be in His presence.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
But God said that He satisfies us with long life.
Uh-huh.
So if I'm not satisfied and there's stuff happening all around me, I'm not satisfied yet. So He said He would satisfy me with long life. My life's not long.
Right.
At my age, at our age, we're not done. We're
Right.
just kind of refiring up and getting going again.
Right.
So that's how I do it. It is a fight. But one of the things, and I don't know if we've got time to go into this right now or if we need to look at it on another one, but
Run on, runner.
I worked for a ministry years ago that was doing some things that I just like, you got to be kidding me. Mm-hmm. How can this be God? Mm-hmm. And I was really struggling. I didn't know what to do. And there was all kinds of strife and contention, which should not be, especially in
Right.
Spirit-filled ministries.
Right.
It should not be there, but people are people.
Uh-huh.
And so I didn't know exactly what to do, so I called another ministry that we knew and spoke with someone and made an appointment to go in and talk with somebody and just to get counsel on what should I do? How should I handle this? In this conversation, this gentleman said, actually, I know somebody we just hired that you need to talk to. And so he's here today. He just started this week. And he said, let me call his office. So he called, introduced me to this gentleman. And I'm explaining what's going on. And I said, I don't know what to do with all this strife and contention. Oh. And he looked at me and he said, everybody knows the word shalom means peace. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. He said, there's another Hebrew term that you don't not heard of unless you really study this. And I've really made a study of this. It's called Alechem. And I was telling you, and you figured out how to spell it. Do you remember how you spelled it?
I think it was
It's not spelled the way I would spell it.
Let me look it up.
Okay.
It's ALECHEM. I'm pretty sure, but let me just double check here.
As he's looking this up, he said the Shalom Aleichem is the peace. Do you have it?
ALEICHEM.
Say it again, sir.
Shalom Aleichem. ALEICHEM.
The Shalom Aleichem is the very peace that surrounds the throne of God himself.
Booyah.
So it's higher and stronger than just peace. He said, before you go in that office, at that door, you make this statement. I speak the Shalom Aleichem in this place, and when I walk in, the peace of God walks in with me because the Prince of Peace is on the inside of me.
That's good.
That's really good.
And don't tell anybody. You and God.
Uh-huh.
And guys, it wasn't that very day. There was a change that very day, but strife and contention began to go away. And the same people were there, the same people who enjoyed immense amount of arguments and enjoyed being antagonistic.
Okay.
They did not leave, but that spirit left.
My.
Because this man gave me insight about the peace that surrounds the very throne of God itself and himself.
Right.
And I want to encourage you that are listening, if you got a bad situation, this has happened over and over and over in our lives where there's been things that's happened. We've used it in our own home. She's used it, pointed her, she's used it on me. It's like,
and I'll bet it worked.
It did. It did. It's not a magic thing.
Right.
When you speak the word of God with boldness and add your faith to it, things change.
Right.
And a couple of weeks ago when you were sharing on peace, I thought, oh my, peace is so important.
Yeah.
God is a God of peace.
Yep.
That's good.
He is everything about God. There's two things. Well, there's a bunch about God. But he's a God of love. You can't separate love from God. And you can't separate peace from God. He is a God of peace.
Right.
The God of all peace. And so I just wanted what I was hoping to be brief, but it hasn't been.
Oh, that's fine.
To share about the importance of understanding that terminology, the Shalom Aleichem. And we speak the Shalom Aleichem over everyone that's listening and watching.
Yes.
Over your homes, over your businesses, over everything, your children.
Amen.
Folks, this thing works because it's the power of the Most High God.
And it's the word.
And it is the word. And the word always works.
Always, without fail.
Yes, sir.
You can take that absolutely to the bank.
And cash that check.
Cash it. And it'll always be good.
Yes,
Bless
sir.
the Lord. Well, that was a powerful, powerful discussion on peace. And wow.
Yes. Thank you, Mike and Kay Martin, for sharing with us and
Yes.
being on this podcast with us.
Yes, we appreciate it very much. So as we wrap up, we just want to give you an invitation. If you would like to partner with the ministry, we would love to have you. We would love to have you as a prayer partner if you would like to be a prayer partner with us. And if you choose to do that, we would just like you to drop us an email and just let us know, hey, we're gonna partner with you in prayer. We're gonna be praying for you guys and holding you up, and we would love to hear from you on that.
And then there's a link too if you wanted to be a partner that is a financial partner.
Yep.
Because we're excited. And another podcast, we're going to share things that are on our heart that we're believing for the ministry to do and to go forward. And we're excited about it.
Yeah, do a little bit of vision casting. That's always a blast. So we think you're going to be excited, as excited as we are about things going forward. So thanks again for joining us. Thanks for your prayers. Like and share the podcast with everyone you know that you think will be blessed by it. And we will look forward to seeing you next time.
Thanks a bunch.